In a vast landscape full of adventurers, you are now listening to the world of chaotic amateurs.
Welcome to Chaotic Amateurs, the internet's #1 D&D 5e podcast. I am your DM, Alex, and host. To my right, I have
Dash as Thrakis.
I'm your Bentley as Riff.
I'm your Rhett as Zephyrus.
And your adorable Caleb is Scory.
And Milo is Ball.
And last we left the adventurers, they had just won the tournament over at Cords Coliseum. The winners outright, ready to go on their 1v1 duel in a couple of days. They are escorted over to the Spider Tavern and are welcomed into the doors. Winners, reclaimers of glory. You know how it goes. Let the adventure begin. All right. So, yeah, you guys had Adrian lead you over to the tavern. He wanted to make sure you guys were well taken care of. He's going to sing your tales for the night of winning and victory and really try and promote you guys, because it seems your nemesis for the battle is going to be the foreign Galandorian elves. Oh. So he's excited to play you guys up. But you enter into the tavern, and there's a kind of waiting room area in the front where people can meet. There's some doors off to the sides, and then a double door that leads to the interior of the main tavern. Adrian looks to you guys and says, I have to go check with management to make sure that I'm on for the night. If you guys make yourselves comfortable, I will be with you in a moment. And he starts to make his way to one of the kind of side doors that looks like one of the kind of employee doors, and scurries off. So you guys are in this waiting room area. You hear a little bit of chatter beyond the double doors. Looks like that's where the main tavern drinking area is.
Yeah, I'll walk in there.
All right.
Yeah, Riff scurries in and immediately is like, I'm going to, uses that halfling nimbleness and jumps up on a bar stool and slams. Barkeep, give me a water.
Yeah, I also go in and I would like to challenge anyone in my vicinity to a drinking game.
Gotcha. And so you guys open up the double doors into this main tavern, and it's this large square room, the center of which is sunken in a little bit, and seems like people are drinking and dancing on the main floor. There's kind of purple and yellow lights that flutter around, just to give it a little bit of an ambiance to the place. But it's it has a lively atmosphere. There's booze that go around the edge of the kind of interior pit. People are drinking at those. There's a couple of stone tossing games at the far end. There's a stage off to your left, and a number of doors that lead off to the exterior of the place. Looks like that's where the employees go. You also notice above you, ringing around the top, are more booths that people are staying in. And it seems like that's where the higher echelon folk, the ones that are a little more, just a little fancier, are. No bar in the vicinity, but it looks like there are a number of waiters going around taking drink orders, and one of them kind of comes up to you guys and says, are we drinking tonight? Find yourself a table, we'll be right with you.
Ball is just kind of watching the people dance. What are they dancing to? How are they dancing? Is there a lot of people, or?
There's probably a dozen people on the main floor. This is a fairly big tavern, with kind of multiple levels and stairs going up and down. It just seems like there's kind of on the stage is just somebody playing a harp, just gently. They're just kind of swaying and dancing to that, just having a good time.
I'm gonna join in.
Okay.
I want to dance with some of the people down there.
Want to dance with somebody?
See how that feels.
Yeah, you go down there and you start dancing a little bit.
Roll a performance. No, I'm just kidding.
You dance as good as you do.
I do the robot.
Okay. I get it.
Because he's a robot.
Milo's here to play.
Yeah.
Looking around, looks like kind of in one of the corners near one of the doors, there is a number of looks like ex-soldiers that are drinking around a table. Wolf, it looks like if you're in need of some sort of drinking game, those are the fellows to go talk to.
You there, over there. Yes, you lot. Challenge me to a drinking game now. You can't refuse.
You will lose then. Come.
I will know you will lose. Trust me, you will lose.
I've been drinking since noon, and I'm not even the sturdiest one.
I've been drinking since I was a baby.
And yeah, they make room for you and start kind of passing you a drink. And they have some kind of convoluted dice and card game that goes with the drinking. So you have to like follow the rules of the game and roll the dice and drink when you get a penalty. And it's a lot of like learning as you go, kind of.
And Thrakus is like, I don't like thinking games. I just wanted to drink more than you.
I said drinking, not thinking.
Yes.
Oh, the best drinking games are thinking games.
You are an idiot, and that is dumb.
Well, Zephyrus sees this, and he has his hair down, it's flowing with a magical wind, and he says, I could be partaking of an interesting drinking / thinking game. It seems y'all are reasonably intelligent folk around here. Wolf, come on now, take a seat here. Let's play this game.
Oh, I don't want to, but I will, because I already said I would.
Good. So yeah, you guys sit down and start going through the process of learning and drinking this thinking game. Scory, what are you wanting to do while in the bar?
I want to take stock of the upper ring. You said the fancy people are up there.
Yeah.
Anybody of note that I recognize or that catches my eye?
Give me a perception check as you kind of take a peek up there, as you kind of make a loop around.
7.
7? It's tough to see up there. It is a little darker, a little more darkly lit, just for privacy's sake. But
it is lit.
It is lit.
Yeah.
Is it roped off or anything?
No, it looks like you could. There's a number of stairs that you can go up to. It doesn't look like there's anything blocking your way for that. You notice there's one group on the far side, and it looks like the main. There's kind of like a balcony that comes out across from the stage on the upper part, and that's been roped off. Like that section, it looks like is reserved.
That's the VIP. Okay.
Yeah. It looks like that's the kind of best view of any performance would be from up there.
Yeah, I'm gonna make my way, doing my best to kind of stay in the shadows, not necessarily being stealth, but I just don't want to be recognized.
Sure, you just kind of take your time to get up there.
Yeah, and I just want to kind of take stock of who's there and see if there's anybody I recognize. Yeah. Thank you, Rhett.
Yeah. Easy enough to just, wait for kind of an employee to go past with some drinks, and you make your way upstairs, and kind of as you get up there, then you can see pretty well. Looks like, some wealthy merchant is kind of on the north side, the opposite from where you guys came in. And I don't think anyone else is up there. But it does look like that main area is reserved. Okay. But no notation as to who would be the person there.
Is there anybody there now, or is it reserved for somebody to show up?
Looks like reserved for somebody to show up.
Gotcha. Okay.
Sorry, there's a DoorDash delivery, and I had my window open, so he heard a car door shut and immediately started barking.
The DoorDash guy?
My dog was barking because he thought someone had knocked when it was just like, because the window was open, they were knocking on the person next door, so he thought someone was here.
And Riff, Riff, what are you wanting to do?
I don't know what just happened in the last 90 seconds, but my initial reaction was to like barge through those double doors. Riff is here. Maybe you saw me in the arena, stupid, and navigating Medusas and standing on top of logs with my chucks. And I saunter up to the bar. I navigate up to the bar, pop up onto it, and I'm like, George McFly, give me water.
So there's looking around. There's no like bar table to jump up onto, but you jump up onto one of the tables, grab the attention of one of the waiters, and demand a water, and they oblige you.
Like if we're all going to, and if I missed it, like if we're all going to a certain area, like I would follow my group, and wherever that goes, I would sit down at the table, be like, barkeep, water, please, the coldest you have. I'm referring Night Meadow. Maybe you saw me in the arena.
Yes, my young lord. I'll bring you just a water. No worries. And they kind of dash off to the
got any
behind
snacks?
Comes back with a small water for you. Snacks. Yes, on the tables. There's some salty snacks. Partake in as much as you wish.
And when you come back, can you bring me like the big mugs that I see people drinking out of? Can you do that? Only water.
Just water for you.
Yeah, I'm 11.
Oh, I'm sorry, young. You shouldn't be in here.
Yeah,
you're
but
just
I'm
11.
Part of the winning team. I'm also Referi Night Meadow, Shadow of the Silver Song, first Ghost Wife halfling in of the age. Maybe you've heard of me. Not a big deal if you haven't, but I'm pretty important.
Give me a persuasion check with advantage.
What's that?
Give me a persuasion check with advantage. Kind of your influence, your title. Perhaps they've heard of the most recent winners of the tournament.
Ooh, 18.
18? They say, oh, well, I didn't realize we had the winners in tonight. That is a exciting event.
Yeah, I flourish my chucks.
Whoa.
I saddle
Please.
real quick. I know. I'm great.
Okay, yes. Large thing of water for you. Is it good to stay hydrated as a winner?
Oh, of course. Water's
well, good to know.
We're like 80%. God, I just realized Red has his shirt undone. I just saw it. I was like looking at Alex this entire time, and I just looked up and Red's just fucking Hasselhoff.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
So yeah, you get your large water, your snacks.
I love water.
And you see you see probably half your crew over partaking in a drinking game of some sort.
I'll take my water over to him. I want to hop up on it like a stool and cheer on my pal, especially Mr. Wolf. I'll bang my mini tankard until I'll be like, go Wolf, go Wolf.
All right, yeah, and so Wolf and Zephyrus, I need checks from you to see how well you do at this game. Give me an intelligence check.
Oh no.
A deception check, or something else to try and it's a complicated game. So whatever check you think might be good. Intimidation might work.
I'll do deception.
Deception. So yeah, you're trying to kind of deceive other people into cards.
I'll try to use intelligence. Everything's 0 plus 0 for me, so it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
I rolled a 23 deception.
23, very good.
I rolled a 7 intelligence.
7 intelligence. Okay.
This game's hard. Too many moving pieces.
Zephyrus, you don't have to take very many drinks. You seem to be keeping up pretty well. Give me a Constitution check.
Yes.
Or a Constitution saving throw for the drinks that you've taken so far.
I feel like since it's a deception, he's fake drinking when he's supposed to be drinking.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm really drinking. I ain't lying. 17.
17? You do just fine. You keep your wits about you. You get a little buzz on because of the drink, but otherwise you seem to be holding your own while some of the others are not. Wolf, you have to drink quite a bit going through this game.
What I wanted anyways.
Exactly, yeah. So give me a Constitution saving throw. Your DC is a little higher.
It's a natural 1.
Oh, no.
just had that on the episode that came out today. On episode 13, you rolled like an extra one. I think that's why you went and like hugged the total of Cord and his disciples.
The total would be 6.
6. Not too bad. Not too bad. But you're getting fairly there. You seem to have taken this game as a way to imbibe a large amount of alcohol, and have proceeded to do so. Yeah, so
drinking.
I would say at this point you're drunk after a good probably 30 minutes of just kind of going through the game and riff cheering you on.
I must have convinced him to take a puff of my pipe before we started smoking.
Yeah. I think what might have happened is kind of as you were deceiving the rules of the game, you were pushing any of your excess drinks over to Wolf.
Yes, exactly.
Like, no, this isn't my drink. I think this is Wolf's drink.
And I'm just throwing him back indiscriminately.
Exactly,
I don't care.
Yeah. I'm doing like the fist cover thing, tossing it into his drink, tossing it into his drink.
Yeah. Ball, as you're dancing out there, a couple of people are interested in this Warforged dancing. Some of them are a little kind of off put by Warforged dancing, but at least there's a human and a halfling that are interested in your robotic movements and are trying to trying to figure out how you're doing them. It's like, oh, that's really cool.
Can we pause for 1 second? Rhett, can you put your shirt back on and stop dancing?
Jeez, I thought we were an open-minded society here.
Wow, that's some body shaming if I've ever seen one.
Boo.
Yes, it is.
How dare you, sir?
Wow.
How dare you? I will agree to 3 buttons.
I'll keep it off, and let's all notice that Caleb is looking away.
Okay.
Anyway,
so the human and halfling, they're kind of like dancing with you. They seem to be, trying to work on their own dance moves. They're kind of, extravagantly dressed in a frugal way.
I want to dance more towards someone that's kind of in fancy garb, like something you would probably get like at an upscale kind of establishment.
Boutique.
Okay. There's a couple of gals in the corner that are, feeling the harp music. They're kind of over by where the harp is playing, and they're in some clothing that's, we use a little more coin to buy.
Perfect. Hey ladies. I don't know if you were at the arena today.
The arena? No. We I think are going in a couple of days. There's some big talk of a new winners and some.
Oh yeah. That's me. I'm one of those winners. My name is a Ball.
Ball?
Ball. Yes.
Like a round, like a ball.
Yeah, actually. I don't know if you know much about my kind, and I kind of like turn around and I'm kind of like dancing and looking behind me. And I'm like, a lot of us tend to name ourselves after objects, and I felt Ball was just kind of a good reflection of the kind of smooth work that I do.
She kind of like looks you up and down. She says, "Yeah, no, you're kind of round. I see it. I see it."
Well,
so
not
you were
so
one
much
of the
round I am, but the smooth work that I kind of like.
Balls are round, right?
Well, yeah, I do have a friend. He's Chain over there, and I kind of like point out Chain.
That's your friend?
Well, he's not exactly my friend. I feel like I should start over. I should stop dancing.
Give me a persuasion check as you're kind of chatting up these gals who are just kind of confused.
This is why. Too relatable.
No, I was just thinking that.
That's 15 minus 1, so 14.
14? Oh, well, it's good to have friends, but you're one of the combatants? You're not And she kind of like leans in close. You're not from the Elven Kingdom, are you?
No, I actually come from Stonegrad, if you've ever heard of that.
No. Is that in the south?
I don't know, is it?
I mean, not really, no.
Not exactly. It seems like a lot of people haven't really heard. It's the Silver Coast is another place that I often haunt. I don't know if you've heard of that.
Silver Coast. I've heard of that. And she kind of turns to her friend. Where was that we were hearing? It's like, oh, yes. Your cousin wanted to go there. Spend a few days holiday on the beaches there. They have all kinds of fantastic wonders to see. Because, oh, yes. I think our cousin wanted to go there. So that's where you're from? If we need an escort, may we, hire your services? If we are there.
If you want to look me up anytime, and I pull out one of my cards and I just kind of like sign it in really fine script, and I put guidance on it, and then I hand it to her.
And she grabs it and says, "Oh, well, thank you, Mr. Ball. You are just the most interesting fellow. What brings you here tonight? What are you doing at the tavern?"
Well, it's a celebration of sorts. We actually won the competition, and me and my friends, and I point out Wolf and Zephyrus over at the drinking table with Riff, and we're actually going to be celebrating tonight. I was wondering if you'd like to join us.
Maybe. I mean, we are meeting some other people here later tonight, but depending on how things go,
they can come along as well. We'll just make a note of it, and I pull out my alchemy jug, and I kind of like swish it around, and I'll have it have. Seems like a good night for wine.
Yeah, it does.
A good night for wine. She says, well, thank you for the invitation, Mr. Ball. We may have to take you up on it.
And then I kind of like, oh yeah, that sounds great. And I kind of like start dancing again, just like away from them towards the bar.
And they just have these goofy smiles on as you're dancing. You know, it's like, what an interesting fellow he is. Yes. Ball, what a name. Yeah. Yeah, you guys spend, about a half hour doing your tavern activities. The harp players there just kind of going through different generic melodies. But after about that half hour, Adrian is kind of up on the top level and sees everyone down there and says, Wolfies, hello, Wolfies. Not down there, up here. And he kind of like has both his thumbs. Come on.
What? Okay, hold on. I've been drinking.
Mr. Wolf, it appears as though we are being summoned by that bard that you might have met earlier.
I want to acrobatically like parkour up to where he's at to show off.
Okay, acrobatics check off of that.
I'll go ahead and help Wolf up and make sure that he stands okay.
12 plus 5.
12 plus 5? Yeah. There's a number of banisters and load-bearing pillars of wood that you can jump to and fro from without your large cask of water, of course. But you can get up top in a fanciful manner.
I flourish my checks and say, "Bring me my water up here!"
One of the waiters just looks up at you and says, of course, yes, we'll do.
Oh, also, if I see those ladies still on the dance floor, I'll kind of motion for them to come upstairs.
They catch your eyes. They see what that you're coming up there. The Adrian let out a big noise when he,
reel him in.
Yeah. Are you motioning to them while you're helping me up the stairs? Do I see this?
Yes, for sure. I make it obvious.
Ladies. Let's compete for their love. I like competition.
Mr. Wolf, you have yourself a wager. It's easy to take candy from a baby.
You're a baby. Where's the fight? Where are we going? Get me up these stairs. This is like a mountain.
Mr. Wolf, we've been up the stairs now for 3.5 minutes.
Oh, what?
You guys make your way up the stairs to the booth, kind of that sits over the entrance of this establishment. Adrian has everything set for you. He's kind of like snaps at the waiters, like, "Come on, bring food for my guests, please, 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 and the wine, of course, yes." Sits everyone down and says, "Well, appears someone else will be performing before me tonight, but that's okay. We get to enjoy their performance. So let's sit, let's eat, let's drink. Tell me what it is that really brought you all together. What will I sing about to boost your accolades in the town?" And Mr. Telbrun, of course, I will leave you out of this, but if you would wish to be named by another moniker, I can throw you in.
I should have been thinking about that all week.
Wait, didn't I have a good nickname last week? Or did I just say a good nickname?
I think you did.
What about Starfish?
Starfish, that's a great one.
That's not the one we'll be using, however.
Because of the whole nautical theme that you got going on.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Call him Seahorse. Yes.
How about Captain...
How about just the Seer?
The Seer?
That's too obvious.
How about the Plankton?
No. We'll stick with the Seer because there are several of us out there.
The Seer, very good.
They're gonna know. All right, whatever.
The Seer, the one that brought this brave team of adventurers together, looking through the divine futures. Yes, that will be very good. And again, I must ask, the Wolf Balls is the title you wish to be all known as?
How about the Wolf Pack?
The Wolf Pack, much more palatable. I believe the Lord and Lady will enjoy that more than, a couple of wolf balls.
Wolf balls?
Well, I'm Bull and he's Wolf. We're the Wolf Balls.
Yeah. Well, yes, my young Mr. Robotic Man, but you see, sometimes when those words are put together, it elicits a different image.
How about the Balls Pack?
The Balls Pack.
Is that better?
It's it's really up to you guys. Whatever you wish to be known as, I will sing your praises.
I would prefer to have my team go by something that does not elicit genitals when said.
All right, I find it hits the ears better that way.
Let's go with the Wolf Pack.
The Wolf Pack, good. Let me go ahead and I don't know.
Individuals stronger together. That's the meaning behind it.
Individuals stronger together. That's very good. I like that. I'll make sure to work that into the lyrics. Good. Well, how are you all doing?
Mr. Adrian, we are doing fantastic. Of course, even better now that we are here at the Spider Tavern enjoying your fine hospitality and that of the town of Tyrolin.
Well, good. And you told me, Mr. Zephyrus, you've come into possession of an estate. You will be a noble of influence here in town in no time at all. I'm sure of it.
Well, I'm hoping to make that true.
Well, how do you think you'll go about doing that?
Well, I haven't the foggiest idea. I'm not entirely certain how the previous occupants of Chateau de Magnus have been generating income with their lands. However, I intend to see to it that our lands are profitable, be it through farming, be it through adventuring, monster slaying, be it...
Monster slaying, yes. I actually know a few stories, songs of your old cousins, most likely. They apparently used to be quite the slayers of beasts and nightmares back in their day.
Is that so?
Yes.
Perhaps you could regale us with a tale or two while we drink your wine.
Of course. And yeah, you see the waiters kind of bringing in glasses and wine and, even more for you to drink, Mr. Wolf.
Good.
A large tank of water.
I want more.
Riff.
Do I need to make another Constitution saving throw if I'm going to keep drinking?
If you keep drinking for a bit, you may have to. I would say not quite yet. Probably after the first singer goes on.
Okay.
But yeah, Adrian begins kind of telling you in a very bardic way, goes through the story, and talks about a once powerful vampiric cult that lived in the woods far north of where you are now. How the Magnuses took part in hunting down the members of the vampires who were infiltrating the Usama kingdom. They were creating these kind of like back channels and able to pull strings and get things done their way. There was even a town to the north that was overtaken by them, which I can find the name of, I'm sure. It would be called Black Gate, was overtaken by them. But the Magnuses seeked them out. They waited in hiding at the different noble establishments that they had overtaken. And they used various means, silver, garlic, salt, everything in the book to try and capture each of these ones, each of these vampires, and apparently did so, ridded the north of the vampires. By the end of his story, he says the last one, the patriarch of the vampires, was slain. They took his ceremonial garb as a trophy, Mr. Zephyrus, and I do believe you are sporting that very outfit tonight. You're muted, Rhett.
It did not seem right to go to Coors Coliseum dressed as humbly as I was, and of course you can tell that this is a fine garment. Patriarch of vampires or not makes no difference to me, but perhaps, it does look rather striking, does it not?
Well, yes, the patriarch of the vampire clan was said to be able to change the mind of anyone he met.
Change the mind of anybody he met, you say?
Yes, with a silver tongue, just like your own.
Well, I am flattered that you think I have a silver tongue. Perhaps a copper or a brass tongue, but silver. Oh, you're too kind.
Oh, yes.
So you're making me blush.
your family has a storied history, at least to some of the bards in Usama. I would be curious what other trinkets and baubles might be found in your estate. It is interesting having the family return, as it were.
Well, Master Adrian, if you want a tour of the estates, you have but to call on me day or night.
Well, I just might take you up on that invitation. That sounds just lovely. And kind of as you guys are talking, you hear the harp music stop that's playing downstairs, and there's a bit of a hush across the tavern as the lights change a little bit to these like reds and greens and yellows, and they start kind of, and these are like little dancing lights is what they are. They start going around the stage as a small kind of 3-piece band comes out and sets up their simple instruments. And Adrian kind of looks at you all and says, "Oh yes, this is the first performer. I haven't really met them. They seem to be new in town. But hopefully they're good." He doesn't seem very pleased that somebody else is taking the stage. And you see this tall woman come out, and she kind of takes a bow and says, "I am Kimbrana. I am here to sing you a tale." And the band kind of starts up, and she begins singing, and it's this kind of deep voice, and she sings to each and every person in the tavern, as everyone's kind of quiet and listening. Some people on the dance floor are dancing back and forth as the music picks up. But she seems to sing kind of to each person individually, like the song is for them. And as she's like looking at everyone, song goes on. She's singing. It's about like a lost love in a forest in a lake. She starts singing to you, your group up top, and as she kind of like gazes past you, have everyone make a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh,
good.
And you're trying to get 14.
11.
11. That's a fail.
18.
18's a pass.
not natural
7?
20.
7's fail. 20 would be a pass. 14's what you're trying to get. And if you fail, you are charmed by this singer, this bard, for the next hour.
I failed on purpose.
And if I succeeded, I just don't care about this.
Yeah, it's fairly normal. It's just there's no magical enchantment that has charmed you.
I'm dancing.
Ooh, sing about me more, specifically me, and what I've done, my accomplishments. Boo!
Adrian kind of leans into you, Wolf, and is like, "Yes, don't worry, I'll sing your praises." She's just singing generic songs.
It's fluff.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
using magic to try and make herself better.
you see, Adrian, not everybody can rely on their good looks like you can. She has to rely on her pure, silky voice. I hope you understand that. I am utterly enchanted. Now, don't get me wrong. I have yet to hear your singing voice, but if it is half as good as your chiseled jawline, then I'm sure we have nothing to worry about. But you see, she has no such crutch to rely on.
Mr. Zephyrus, you flatter me. You do me a service every time we talk. I am so glad I sat next to you at Cords Coliseum. You make this bearable. And he kind of just, reluctantly listens to the rest of the songs that she plays.
I want to lean into Adrian kind of on the other side of Zephyrus or whatever.
Sure.
And say, do you happen to know any tales that might help us out against our foes tomorrow?
Oh, what do you mean?
Well, you seem to know a lot about local lore and history and
yes,
games, as it were. Have you seen these people in competition before?
Well, no, actually. These are elves from the southern elven city. They're not even supposed to be here per the treaty. But as a favor to the outstanding winners of Cords Coliseum, I can ask around. I know some people that might have some information as to how they fight, how they think they might win against you, but I don't think they will.
That would be most appreciated. We need to,
of course, Mr.
the names, so to speak. And I reach out for a handshake.
He grabs your hand lightly and, just does a nice little shake.
I give him guidance for his performance or whatever.
Oh, he gives you a knowing look.
I'm gonna turn to Adrian and I'm gonna go. You want to perform now? I got this. And I'm gonna walk over to the lady singing, and I'm gonna go, "Freeze, you gorgeous broad! You're done. My body's singing now. We don't want to hear this. Boo! Get off."
Give me something: intimidation, deception, persuasion, some sort of check. At disadvantage.
We'll say it's intimidation.
Intimidation.
Advantage.
Well, intimidation's straight. Drunk is straight intimidate, or yeah, just a straight roll.
Straight roll? Okay.
Yeah.
Drunk people
That
are-
is 13.
13. Okay. Yeah, the singer is singing, and kind of like as you start, looking down and interrupting her performance, she looks up at you and says, "Oh, don't worry, my performance is done. Thank you all. The most esteemed Adrian will be on next after this. Please give him all your love, your attention. I do hope that my few songs I've given you tonight will stay with you for long after this."
Yeah, it'll keep me awake at night.
Takes a big bow and looks up at you, Wolf, and I'm going to say make a wisdom saving throw, Wolf, as her eyes kind of focus in on you, and you feel a bit of magic at the back of your brain.
12.
12. You are charmed by her for the next hour.
Oh, you're nice. Get back up there.
Oh, don't worry. I will be back tomorrow, my large friend.
Adrian sucks, though. You're better.
No, he is very good. Please allow him to sing for you.
Okay,
And
can I follow you?
And leaves behind the back as her band kind of picks up their instruments. And
she was great.
I mean, she's no Kristen in a pickle kiss, but she was all right.
She was really building it out there.
Adrian,
do you think we should follow her, Wolf?
Yes. Gentlemen, her voice was like in a serial thong. Serial song. Calling out
too much.
Sirens call. Sir, I will have you know that is not true. Either way, you should not follow a lady as she leaves out the back of a tavern. That is bad form.
Yes. No, please don't bother her. She is a second-rate singer, but she should not be. Do not worry over her. Please. I must bid you adieu. I must go down and prepare for my telling of the tales of the great wolf pack. As he kind of gets up, finishes off his wine, and starts making his way, downstairs into the back and starts preparing. At this point, you do notice that the place that had been reserved, kind of quietly, there seems to be a patron there now. You're not sure when they showed up, but is a finely dressed older woman with a guard kind of at her back, keeping eye. Looks like a guard, like a town guard. Same kind of uniform you've seen from the other town guards in Tourlin. But they have a glass of wine, a bit of food, and seem to be very comfortable where they are, getting ready to watch the performance.
If it's possible, I'd like to maybe try to join her.
Okay. You want to get up and make your way over to the table?
Yeah, looking as regal as possible in my sweet vampire costume.
Mm-hmm.
I want to follow and be his hype man. I'll if there's a velvet rope or something, I'll move it aside.
Yes.
Gotcha. Yeah. It's kind of roped off, and as you two approach, the guard sees that you're approaching and quickly makes their way to interject. As you're kind of like undoing the rope, he says, "Excuse me, the lady does not want to be disturbed."
I don't say anything. I just look at Zephyrus.
Well, undoubtedly, the lady does not want to be disturbed by the common riffraff, but perhaps she would like the company of a gentleman, sir.
I mean,
and I try to say it loud enough that she hears.
Yeah, you kind of see her kind of poke her head around and see you, but she kind of leans back and says, "You may be new in town. The lady does not want to be disturbed. If you'd wish to speak with her at a later date, that can be arranged with the castle."
I put my hand on both the guard and Zephyrus, but I cast guidance on Zephyrus.
Thank you. And I'd like to, turning the charm up as high as I can, I like throw my hair back and I slick my hand through, and I try to make a case and say, well, certainly an audience at the castle would not have the same type of intimate, friendly atmosphere as a fine tavern serenaded by the finest bard in Tyrolin.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, give me a persuasion check with advantage because you have, or guidance. Yeah, you have guidance.
With advantage, though?
No advantage. Sorry, the guidance is what's helping you out here.
17 total.
17. The guard kind of looks you up and down. What did you say your name was?
Well, my name is Arthur Magnus of Chateau Magnus.
I see. Stay here. And he turns around, goes over to the lady, kind of like leans in and whispers. And turns around and comes over and says, and kind of undoes the rope for you. He says, you may speak with her, keep it short, and make sure it does not last until into the performance of Mr. Adrian.
Yeah, don't last long.
Yeah.
Mr. Telbrun, Mr. Telbrun, my strong and able bodyguard, you wait right here by the velvet rope. Should I acquire a strong man to bust me out of here? And I kind of...
The guard just gives you a look. Yeah, like... so yeah, you...
Does the guard stay with me?
Stays with you, yeah.
Okay, good.
Sweet. So yeah, I sit down next to her quickly, and I say, Mr. Magnus, at your service. I find that I am not alone in admiring the silky, honey-sweet voice of Adrian now, am I?
No, Mr. Adrian performs brilliantly every time he comes in. That's why I've come down here. Magnus, you said, the new owners of the chateau.
That is quite right, madam.
And she offers her hand and says, well, we have not been introduced. I am Lady Mira of the city of Tyrolin. It seems we should have a meeting here shortly to go over what your role will be in our town. It seems you've already made friends with a Mr. Adrian. That is good. That bodes well for you.
Madam, Lady Mira of Tyrolin, you will find that I make friends wherever I go. Lifelong friends at that.
Well, good. I know we will be attending the tournament in a few days, but after that, if you wish to meet, we can go over what your role might be in our town. With the war over, many things are happening, and we will need nobles and commoners alike to bear the flexible burden of the times to come.
Well, my lady, when my team wins the tournament in 2 days hence, it shall be in your honor, and we will be delighted to meet you after, whence we can discuss the role of which I can help and lead Tyrolin into a brighter future.
Very good. I expect you to win. We don't want these elves to be showing off too much in our town. Make sure your team is the one that is the victors. Not through illicit means, but through truth, strength, and honor. That's how we survive. That's how we thrive here, Mr. Magnus.
My lady, true strength and honor is my middle name, and of course, the words upon which my family's coat of arms are stamped, it runs through my blood, and I swear it, hence it shall be through true strength and honor that we win this tournament in your name.
She kind of laughs to herself and says, I can see why Adrian likes you.
In true hype man fashion.
Yeah.
As he says all that stuff about true strength and honor or whatever, I go into wild shape, but I don't actually change my physical form. It's just my vocal cords, and I howl like a wolf from a wolf pack. And
nice.
I like to think that in the distance there are actual wolves in the area that maybe respond.
Give me an animal handling check or a performance check. See how well you might elicit the howl of wolves in the distance.
Natural 20.
Wow.
Fantastic. You elicit the calls of a wolf pack that is just outside of town. As you howl, they howl, and it fills the chamber here. There seems to be some amount of magic that even makes it go a little bigger in this room. And that's about when the lights kind of go down.
Yeah.
And the lady turns to you, Magnus, and says, if you'll excuse me, he's performing shortly. And she just turns away from you and focuses on the stage as the guard kind of like, comes over to you to get you out of there. And the howl of the wolves just kind of echo in.
If I hear this, can I howl back?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. See, then you guys hear Thrakus in the middle of this bar howling at the top of his lungs. And then he gets sick.
Oh yeah. But you make your way back to your table. The guard, stands watch, keeps an eye on you guys, and Adrian comes out to perform. But that is where we're going to leave it for today's episode. Thank you guys for joining us around our proverbial podcast table. I've been your DM, Alex. To my right, I have
Dash as Wolf.
Bentley Michaels as Referian Night Meadow.
Brett as Zephyrus.
Caleb Ascori.
Milo is Bowl.
And grab your swords and keep on adventuring. Thank you.
Follow us across all platforms with Chaotic Amateurs. Please subscribe, rate, and review our show on your podcast app of choice to help us climb the charts and find new adventurers. Or become a patron on Patreon to help our heroes continue their quest. Thank you for listening to Chaotic Amateurs.